Well, it's a good thing to find that filing, but it underscores, Connell, what's happened to California. They've done everything possible to drive businesses out of the state. Small businesses, most of them wish they could have a better environment or move out of the state. You saw with Toyota, which how California would have been a natural headquarters and was for decades. A couple of years ago, they moved to Texas. You mentioned Elon Musk, and now Oracle is moving as well.
On Friday evening, December 11th, 2020, as Wall Street closed for the weekend and attention drifted away from financial headlines, Oracle filed a single sentence with the Securities and Exchange Commission. No press release followed, no executive interview, no statement from the CEO. The filing stated that Oracle had changed its corporate headquarters from Redwood City, California, to Austin, Texas. That was it. After 43 years in Silicon Valley, one of the most influential technology companies in the world had effectively left California without saying goodbye. For a company valued at roughly $200 billion at the time, the silence was not accidental. A late Friday filing is a well-known tactic, legal, discreet, and designed to minimize scrutiny. Oracle's headquarters had long sat along the Redwood Shores Lagoon, a sprawling glass and steel campus that symbolized Silicon Valley's rise. For decades, it was inseparable from California's tech identity, and yet the departure wasn't marked by speeches or celebrations. It felt more like a quiet extraction. Officially, Oracle cited a more flexible employee work location policy, reflecting a broader post-pandemic shift toward remote work. There was no mention of taxes, no reference to regulatory pressure, no acknowledgement of cost structures, just the minimum disclosure required by law. But for investors, employees, and policymakers, the move raised an obvious question: why leave it all? That question became more complicated when attention turned to Larry Ellison, Oracle's co-founder and public face. Ellison did not follow Oracle to Austin. Instead, he relocated to Lanai, a remote Hawaiian island where he owns roughly 98% of the land. While Oracle's paperwork pointed to Texas, its founder was running the company from a private island thousands of miles away. The physical separation between headquarters and leadership revealed something deeper. Corporate headquarters were no longer anchors. They were instruments, adjustable, strategic, and increasingly symbolic. Oracle's move didn't happen in isolation. In the years leading up to it, Toyota had shifted its headquarters to Texas. Elon Musk announced Tesla's relocation. Each decision had its own explanation, but together they began to form a pattern. California was no longer the default. Then, in April 2024, Oracle's story took another sharp and revealing turn. Speaking almost casually at a healthcare summit, Larry Ellison disclosed that Oracle was moving its official headquarters again, this time to Nashville, Tennessee. The announcement caught many observers off guard. Why move twice? And why Nashville? The answer wasn't taxes or climate, it was healthcare. Oracle had just completed a $28 billion acquisition of Cerner, one of the largest health IT companies in the United States. With that deal, Oracle's future became deeply tied to healthcare data, hospital systems, and government contracts. Nashville wasn't just another city, it was the center of America's healthcare industry. The city is home to 18 publicly traded healthcare companies and nearly $100 billion in annual healthcare revenue. For Oracle, proximity mattered. Access to decision-makers mattered. Talent concentration mattered. Oracle committed to building a $1.2 billion campus on 60 acres of riverfront land. The design would come from the same architects behind Apple Park, signaling ambition and permanence. Tennessee approved $65 million in performance-based incentives, tied strictly to job creation and investment milestones. Oracle signed a binding agreement to create 8,500 new jobs, each averaging $11,000 per year. Annual payroll alone was projected to approach $1 billion. Importantly, the incentives included clawback provisions. If Oracle failed to deliver, the money would be repaid. This was not an escape. It was a repositioning, and the contrast with California was striking. As Oracle adjusted its headquarters footprint, the Bay Area began to feel the consequences. The company listed more than 50 acres of its Santa Clara campus for sale. Large blocks of San Francisco office space went up for sublease. While the Redwood Shores campus remained, the broader signal was unmistakable. Commercial real estate absorbed the shock. In 2019, San Francisco's office vacancy rate stood at 4.7%. By 2024, it had surged to roughly 37%. Nearly 30 million square feet of office space sat empty. Values collapsed. A 17-story building at 995 Market Street fell from $62 million in 2016 to just $6.5 million in 2023. Bids for another downtown tower dropped from $300 million to around $60 million. Even major hotels lost more than $1 billion in combined value. Yet the narrative remains incomplete. Despite moving its headquarters twice, Oracle still employs nearly 6,900 people in California, almost 3 times as many as in Texas. Much of its talent, engineering, and operational core remains in the Bay Area. The address moved. The workforce largely did not. Between 2020 and 2022, IRS migration data shows $102 billion in adjusted gross income left the state. More than 350 companies relocated headquarters in just 3 years. High-income taxpayers departed in significant numbers, draining billions in taxable income. The effect on the state budget was dramatic. A record $97.5 billion surplus in 2022 flipped to a $68 billion deficit by late 2023, a $165 billion swing that stunned analysts. California's tax system, heavily dependent on top earners and capital gains, proved highly volatile. And yet, California remains unmatched in other ways. It still hosts more Fortune 500 headquarters than any other state. In 2024, it captured nearly 49% of all U.S. venture capital, roughly $81 billion. Its talent density, research institutions, and innovation clusters remain unrivaled. This is the paradox defining California's future. Corporate headquarters are now fluid. Talent and capital are selective. States compete not just on taxes, but on stability, predictability, and alignment with industry needs. Oracle's story is not a simple tale of decline. It is a signal of a new era, one where companies move quietly, reposition strategically, and maintain flexibility above all else. California now stands at a crossroads. Adaptation is possible, reinvention is possible, but the margin for error is thinner than it once was. The next move isn't Oracle's to make, it's California's, and what happens next will shape not just one state, but the future geography of American business.